Okay guys, so we had quite a lot of requests. How do I set up the arm triangle from the mount? And it's a very common submission to apply, especially from mount. Everything is very slippery. You don't have the collar choke, arm lock. You can go, but it's very slippery. So it's very common for people to go for the arm and arm inside, the arm trap on the triangle. So in the no-gi, especially to set up this attack, I like to stay quite in a low mount because it's slippery. People push, and it's easy to gain space. It's easier to gain space in the no-gi. So holding the head, having the legs underneath is like kind of cross. This I feel it gives me a good control over my opponent, and then I can start threatening the arm because it's how you're gonna bring the arm up to set up the arm triangle. That's that will be the hardest part, especially against somebody very strong. I think the thing that you should do is try not to lift his arm up with your arm. See, it's not that I'm going to put his elbow under my bicep and then I'm going to try to muscle my way up for the arm triangle, especially against a strong guy. What I try to do, I try to place his arm on top of my shoulder. So even when they resist, they keep the arm like it gets in a moment that I have to use a lot of strength. So I put my hand on the floor and I move back. Look, see, I create an angle. So when my elbow passes my shoulder, it slides up. So if you try really to resist, look, all I do is create an angle that when I push, see, naturally his arm go right into my shoulder. So now look, it's my whole body pushing his arm up. The moment that and even if you try to open his elbow, see, it slides. Look. It's very difficult for him. Instead of keeping my elbow behind my shoulder, and then I try to muscle, his arm up. So I guess a strong guy is very difficult. So see, even I'm quite tall, but I'm able to go, I go as slow as I can. See, I want my elbow to pass my shoulder, and then it becomes, it naturally comes over my shoulder, and then I trapped his arm. Now it's adjusting. I want my bicep and my forearm right behind his neck. See, because you don't want that kind of shoulder pressure into his face. You want everything below the chin, because you're gonna work as a choke. If he's on the face, it just bothers him. So you want to adjust that as much as you can. And then to bring my head in, see, I slide the head in. Don't remove the arm to try to push, because you just slide the arm back in. You push the shoulder in. Look, this arm I tight as much as I can, and then you move the arm, your head behind his arm. So now I can lock, and then I adjust with my free arm. And to make as tight as I can, I want to bring, see, my neck, my head, where I'm pushing his arm. I want to go as slow as I can into his shoulder. The more I go to his armpit, the tighter the choke will be. And then I lock, I know the arm that's behind the head. I keep my palm down, and then I lock my palms together. And then I move off the mount. Come off the mount is push my both legs down, and then I go with my foot first, look. So I don't run the risk of getting trapped into the half guard. So after my both legs are fully straight, I move my foot, look, and I hook the leg. Now I can safely come off the mount without getting caught. And the angle to squeeze us, to put as much pressure, I like to turn my hips the other way. So I turn my hips towards him, and I kind of bring my knee right behind his hips, and here I squeeze. So I feel that when I turn the angle of my hips, it puts a lot more pressure into him. So try it out.